So welcome. We're here at my longtime friend's home, Christophe and Angelique Quentin. And we are currently preparing the apples for the tarte tatin, the dessert that sealed Christophe's victory at the 1993 Meilleur Ouvrier de France concours. So every cooking class, I absolutely insist we must prepare this dessert. Tarte tatin basically translates into an upside down tart, apple tart. And I insist on it because one, it's a specialty of the region, and two, it is the only place where it is absolutely sumptuous, melts in your mouth. Proper apples picked. The Reine de Renette apples, the Queen of Pippin, that provide just the right amount of pectin and sugar content in order to create a beautiful consistency for your tarte tatin so you can flip it once it's finished cooking.
This one is acid, and you can balance.
Yes, certain apples are more acidic than others, and the Reine de Renette, also known in English as the Queen of Pippin apples, provide you with a much more agreeable texture for when you must flip the dessert. As I reiterate that, because that is a very important point in this dessert, to make it absolutely perfection.
When I do this dessert during summer or spring, I use the golden delicious.
The substitute for when the Reine de Renette apples are not available.
Sign off for the job.
Hey, Christophe?
Christophe has had 4 done.
No, wait.
No, hey, look at that. This is an.
That's for. It's a piece of art, a work of art.
This is a piece of art. Look at it. Yes. Mine is very.
Yeah.
This one's not.
Like hard.
Look at that.
Definitely, because this one. Do it
That
again.
is the Apple version of the Star Wars Death Star. Okay, what happens if I drop blood?
Oh,
Have to get a
there should be.
glove.
Yeah. Okay, let's remove Joe from the scene.
I'm done for the email.
himself and he
Oh, okay, we gotta fail.
Yeah, you
Still
got it.
drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You start drinking? Is that what you said? That's it, you're dropped out of chef school. Well, because I'm a bleeder.
Oh, look, he tapped out and you got it.
Joe is a bleeder. He's a wine drinker, but maybe not an apple peeler.
I'm a baby aspirin guy, so I do bleed a lot.
Ooh, okay.
Well, I don't see my wife.
Christophe, is there anything you would like to add right now?
Sorry.
Is there anything you would like to add? T'as quelque chose plus à dire pour le moment? Le moment qu'on avance avec les pommes?
Je vais le dire.
Ouais, qu'est-ce que tu vas dire?
Je vais dire que on va bientôt commencer à cuire.
Okay, so that means we're going to soon begin the cooking because we are going to have to melt the butter, add the vanilla,
I will show you how.
and then we will stack the apples into the pan. This is a copper pan.
Now
Put alcohol.
I cut.
Okay, here goes the chef.
Guys,
Yeah.
I cut them to
Not yet, not yet.
I
and
will put alcohol here because it got enough.
I remove
Yes.
seeds exactly
The same way.
the same way. Okay.
Can the
Like
seeds
that.
go into the
Okay.
Yes, sure.
I didn't see the YouTube video.
Okay.
one small?
That's okay, I'll show you.
Okay.
Great.
But when you do that, you must
Stop
really
cooking,
well
please.
handle your effort because sometimes you can break it.
Okay.
So it's very important.
Tell me, the apple,
And
the
it-
apple was a bad apple.
This was yours,
Okay.
right?
No, that's mine.
No, that's mine.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
I had a bad apple. I couldn't-
Oh, it has to be the apple core.
It is.
I cut them,
Okay.
and you can remove seeds.
I cut them, you cut me, I cut them, you cut me.
Okay, so now they're preparing the apples. They're slicing them into quarters. And then we will, as I mentioned earlier, in the copper pot, we will place the butter. We will melt the butter. We will then add the vanilla beans.
Another work of art.
And then proceed to stack in a circular format the apples. And then we will slow cook them under a medium heat on our gas fire.
Seeds.
And we will supervise the cooking to make sure that the apples soften without over caramelizing the combination.
Yeah. He's got the fingers.
And while the cooking is slowly taking place, we're going to end up beginning our aperitif dînatoire. That is cocktail hour with wonderful nibbles.
Wow.
And then after that, we will pass à table, meaning we will move to the table for our main course. And once we're finished with our main course, enjoying cheese, of course, because we're in France, we're going to come back and we're going to finish the last part of finishing off the cuisson, the final cooking portion of our tarte tatin, placing the crust in place and then doing the magical flip. So we'll be back later. Stay tuned. Join us in a little while when we come back to you with the remainder of our cooking class, preparing and finishing off our tarte tatin. Can I get a big bye-bye from everybody? Bye-bye. Say à tout à l'heure. À tout à l'heure. Thanks for joining us.
But Joe's on injured reserve, so we. Right.
Thank you very much.
So as you can see, the chef,
And now
Monsieur Christophe
we start to
Quentin,
cook slowly. We don't want to cook it very fast because if you do that, you start to caramelize the sugar before apples are cooked. So that's why I start slowly. In few minutes, apples start to release their juices. When it starts boiling, I will put on the top a ladle like that. Not completely closed, but just a ladle who retain the steam a little bit, because your apple start to cook from the bottom, but if you want to cook at the top, you must cook it with the steam. Okay? That's why I put the ladle like that. And we cook it now like that, slowly during 45 minutes, 60 minutes, around, okay? Slowly. When in few minutes, when it starts to reduce, it starts to boil. And when it's boiling, when apples are completely cooked, I remove the ladle and I evaporate the remaining juices, and we start to caramelize. When it's completely caramelized, I stop to cook and I let it cool, and I will show you after how to finish it. This is a recipe, and a dessert you can do it in advance at home. You can cook it in the morning or a few hours before, and you can finish it just when your friends or your guests are with you. This is very easy. The only thing with a little bit, perhaps not complicated, but you must be careful. This is when you caramelize.
Not to burn.
Yeah, not to burn. Okay, but I will show you exactly when you can
Do you cover it?
memorize. Now I will cover it like that.
Okay.
And when it's finished to cook and the apples are completely cooked, I put a tray like that and I crush it to have something compact. Because when it cool, you have the pectin.
Yeah.
Pectin with inside start to gelify, and you have something nice.
Yum.
Is my English...
Your English, ouais, ton anglais est parfait.
Okay, I continue.
Yeah.
So, and well, this recipe, I have to do this recipe at the end of the contest I made in 1993 when I was Mayor of France with the stripes, as you can see. Usually, this is Christy who explains that, but
Yeah.
now she's a video recording.
I'm a cineast.
She can't do. She can't do
Two
twice.
things.
She's a woman, she can do
Two
many
things
things at
at the
once.
same time. So that's why I continue to speak.
Merci, merci.
And this recipe I have to do that. We have to do like a tarte tatin. This is not exactly tarte tatin because the tarte tatin you can cook your apples like that, and when apples are cooked, you put on the top une pâte brisée, de pâte
Crust.
crust.
A pie crust.
Crust,
A
okay.
crumble, a crumble.
And
No, a
it's
crust.
not a
It's an actual crust.
Okay, and you put it in the oven to cook your crust. But I don't enjoy this recipe. This is a classical recipe, but I don't enjoy it because your crust is not completely cooked. It's cooked outside on the top, but the contact with the apples is not cooked because you have always some humidity.
Moisture.
Like moisture, okay? That's why I prefer to cook my apples separately. I cook my puff pastry before you arrive separately.
Okay.
And I will show you. I put my pastry on the last moment on the top, and just before to return
To flip it.
Yes.
You put it on just before you flip
So-
it.
So how do you know it's not burning? Just the smell, or because you cannot see?
because I'm lucky. No, I will show you. I ask you
Right.
if you are eating.
Right.
I show you exactly when it will be ready.
Okay.
Because in few minutes, well, as you can see, you start to have some juice. Okay?
Yeah.
Look at that. You have butter and sugar, but there is some. They are releasing the juices. Look at that.
Right.
Soft now.
It's already smelling.
So,
Yeah.
But this is a very,
really
very
low.
low heat.
when it will be completely cooked,
It's hard for ours to go that low.
juices are evaporated and it starts to caramelize all one. And you can separately, you can control on the middle, and you can control the color exactly. And the smell.
Could I do not have a gas, I only have induction.
Yeah.
Could I do it on
If
induction?
you have a mold who go
On
on induction, you can do it, yes.
Okay.
And
Okay, so
We'll work
same
on
kind.
an
Yeah,
induction.
the same kind of.
that's a wrap for now. À suivre. À tout à l'heure. À tout à l'heure tout le monde. On va passer à l'apéritif maintenant. We're going to pass to cocktail hour now. So join us later when we're going to finish off our beautiful tarte tatin.
Okay. And then you put the
Welcome back. We've had a we've had a sumptuous dinner, and now we're going to finish our tarte tatin.
if it's burned, we have some ice cream. Doesn't matter, you will have this.
But we know that won't be the case.
You can help me?
When your turn
Yeah.
is moving
yeah.
completely like that,
Oh yeah.
okay? It will be ready. You return your pastry in the top like that. You press it to stick them, and to be sure you will be ready to flip it, you can move it like that, okay? Then it's like that, it's ready.
Ah oui, ça rigole à côté. Hein.
Please.
Hey, hey, les enfants! Les enfants, on se calme. Hein.
Non mais ça enregistre.
Eh, mamie, tout doux là.
Ready?
Ah bah oui, j'enregistre.
1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2, 3!
Je suis chez moi, attends.
Hey, hey. Eh ben, dis donc,
And this is
on va voir.
Yes.
Le grand
You never
surprise.
know in advance, you never know before which color exactly.
Ça va être doré.
Horrible.
Ice cream, please.
No.
1, 2, 3. Wow! Regarde-moi ça. Mm.
Tu l'as fait au barbecue?
Look at the vanilla.
Look at that. Christophe,
Yes.
tu peux le mettre sur le côté? Pencher un peu pour que je vois bien. Non, non, bien. Plutôt, non. Toi, avec la tarte. Comme ça, oui. Tous en angle. Ouais, c'est super. Oh, mais regarde cette tarte. Look at how beautiful this tart is. And look at our fabulous chef. Oh. Merci, Christophe.
Come on, everybody.